All right, bonjour.
Bonjour.
We're drinking water because we started having the cocktail of the week.
Like 4 or 5 hours ago.
Yes, we had a friend in town who you will see in the cocktail of the week. And he's a great friend of both of ours.
Yep.
We've both known him for, oh my gosh, my hair is doing crazy things. We've both known him for...
Me too.
for many, many years. Like Jeff Aguirre, he is our newest subscriber to
Yes.
Retire Boldly, Alaska to France. So we are going to talk about something. Oh, by the way, Chrissy, she has family in town, so she's not here tonight.
She's entertaining.
She's entertaining, yes. And we entertained here, and now we are doing the video. We are going to do a thing. We've been looking into Social Security for Eric, because we, like many of you who are retiring to Europe or France, wherever you may be going, are thinking about getting your Social Security, and will it translate? Can you get it when you are in France or any other country? So I had been doing a lot of research on it, and we thought we would share what we found, because I plugged in a bunch of numbers, and you know me now, I use ChatGPT quite a bit, and I put in the cost analysis to see would it pay to get the Social Security for him at 62, which is only like how
Less
far
than a
away?
year. Let's see.
February 8th of 2026 he will be.
Yeah.
He'll be 62. So he could start receiving it then, as you know. But if you are able to, of course you can delay it. And so my concern was, would we be able to apply for it? If we go over there and he doesn't apply for it, would we be able to do it even though we're in France? Because, do they let you do that kind of thing? That made me kind of nervous. And of course, we all know the longer you wait, the
bigger it gets.
The bigger it gets. It goes up by 8% every year, apparently. So, and a lot of people say, well, you should get it when you're 62 because, get busy living or get busy dying, as they say. Well, how do you feel about being close to the age of getting Social Security?
It's very, very weird not, and I don't feel like I belong here. Because I just bought like 4 records this year, so yeah. And I just bought a squirt soda, so yeah, I still feel,
Oh, God.
I don't feel 61.
Yeah. And what else did you buy at the grocery store today? I saw it. You smuggled a candy bar into this house.
Fifth Avenue.
He smuggled a Fifth Avenue candy bar and thinks I don't see it. My radar went off. Anyway, so of course the answer is yes, you can apply for Social Security if you choose to wait and delay getting it. If you are able to live on savings or investments, or perhaps one person is working, and in this instance, I would still be working just remotely, and I would be able to bring in enough income after doing the cost analysis that was featured in the last video. I would be able to bring in enough money so that theoretically he doesn't have to work. So, but let me talk about that for a second, because there's also the part of, I don't want to be the person that's doing everything and being the only one to contribute. So that means that if he's not bringing in any money, I mean, this is a real discussion type thing of, what is he contributing? And will I be mad every day if I have to go sit in an office, my own office in my own house, of course. But if I get up every day and I go to work and I see you sitting out in the yard just sipping a glass of wine and getting a tan, I don't know that I would be okay with that.
I hope you see that site after I mow the lawn, wash the windows, do the laundry, feed the dogs, take the garbage to the whatever the
Le
French
dumpster.
Yeah.
I don't know what the name is.
The French word for the curb, or
Yeah. So that is there is the psychological thing, and I think we have covered this before, that we are married legally, and we got married, 11 years ago. Oh my gosh, we have an anniversary coming up. So we got married 11 years ago, and then about how many years in? We were here. It was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
About 5 years ago, we decided, for a variety of different reasons, we are great friends, but perhaps not a romantic couple any longer. But we still care about one another. Plus, we both bring things to the table.
Yeah.
You know, healthcare. He has health insurance, and I bring in, you know, the money, I guess.
Yeah.
So anyway, we decided that we would continue living in the same house together. He has a room, I have a room. We have dogs together. We are great friends, obviously, and we care about each other a great deal. And I certainly wouldn't kick him to the curb. Our relationship became something different, but you know, we still.
Yeah, that's our next YouTube channel.
Yeah. Anyway, but you know, we still have the same goals. I think that that's the key. Is that, you know, how do you stay together with a person that you are no longer romantically involved with? And I think what it is
same goals,
the same goals,
target,
same targets, same goals. They align 100%. And I think that's the reason why this works for us. I mean, we've been doing this for years now. It's not like we just decided to do this. It's been years, and we've proven that it can work. Doesn't mean that there are not many bumps along the way.
No.
Because it was hard when we first did it.
Yeah.
It was difficult to, you know, be in the same house with somebody that you're like, get out! Anyway. But anyway, we make it work, and so we want to be in France. What are you looking at me like that for?
Just long trail.
Yeah, it's a long trail.
Back to, we want to be in France.
Let's get back to that. We both want to be in France. But anyway, so this brought up the whole subject of getting the Social Security, because he can get Social Security. What is wrong? What is so funny? So he can get Social Security at 62. And in my brain, I was like, oh yeah, let's get that Social Security. Let's get it right now. Because...
And then it's like, I'm all done. Woo!
Yeah, and then
I can be in the yard sitting, drinking whatever, and she's like glaring at me.
So that is a thing that we need to work through, is what are we all contributing, right? You know, I know Chrissy's planning to work remotely, and I know that Chrissy's going to be contributing, you know, in however many ways that might be financially. And, you know, but if Eric can't work once he's over there, and he's not working remotely, so what is he contributing? And I don't want it to be like, get out there and mow the lawn. You know, it brings up some psychological stuff about what does each person bring to the table. So that was my main thing of like, I want you to be contributing in some way. So
I can hardly wait to watch the final cut of this.
Okay. The other thing is, how do you get your Social Security? So you can apply for it, of course, on the Social Security website, which is it ssa.gov, and that's where you can go to check your balance and just see how much you're going to get. And you can do the same thing from France, because there is a U.S.-France treaty that allows you to apply for it and get all of your benefits coming to France. Now, once you do that, or the other thing was, there is a place in Paris where you can actually go and do it in person. So you can do that. I don't know what the address is, but there is a place in Paris that you can do it. Then you can choose to have it go into a U.S. bank account, or you can have it direct deposited to your French bank account. The only thing about that is, like, you could be dealing with, like, you know, does the exchange rate favorable? What is the transfer rate when it comes to me? Because if they're doing it once a month or twice a month, whatever it may be, you may end up paying a lot of transaction fees going from US to Euro, whereas it might be good to keep a bank account here, which we plan to do. And you know, you end up having like little things that you have to pay for back here. Like we are going to have a storage unit that is for our daughters to have their like all the stuff that's important family things. And so I'm going to pay for that for a while. So I want to have a bank account that's got money in it so that we can direct pay for that sort of thing. And I'm sure there's little extraneous things that might need to be paid for. So what might be a better plan is to just have the money going directly into that bank account, and that would pay for, you know, incidentals that happen in the United States. So that's a good thing. And then anybody who has studied may know, but if you don't, once you are in France, if you don't pay the taxes in France, whatever money you're making, you're still paying your taxes in the United States. So you would include your Social Security on your U.S. tax return. So that's easy peasy. Once you've done it here, you've done it. And then, of course, we've looked at, Eric could delay benefits until it is maxed out, which I believe is 67. Is it?
Or
I think
70
it's,
or...
Well, I think it's quits. You don't get any more after 70.
Okay.
And who knows where we'll be at that time, but there will come a time where I'm sure we decide like, okay, it's time to pull the trigger and start getting that money flowing. Probably about the same time that I decide to retire would probably be the optimal time where I'm like, okay, I'm going to start cutting back on this job and maybe just have one. That would be ideal. So that might work for us. So we're going to try to make that work and let that money keep accruing 8% every year. So,
and until that happens, I'll be mowing lawns and clipping hedges and washing windows, taking the garbage out.
And you are still the bartender on staff.
Exactly, yes.
We'll still be having a cocktail of the week, or maybe we'll be doing wine of the week.
Yeah.
You may have noticed at the very beginning of the video also the graphic of Eric. Now, just if anybody's curious, I just make those on ChatGPT. I just have ChatGPT like help me do pretty much everything at this point. And it came out with that logo. I'm going to put it up here again for you to see. I nearly fell out of my chair laughing so hard because it was just so Eric. Like it completely captured the essence of Eric riding on a lawnmower and holding a drink aloft. So
basically it happened because I wasn't happy with the very first one. It made me look very dour and
I based it off of a picture that he had. It's your profile photo on Facebook. So I based it off of that because you can just upload a picture and say cartoonize this picture. And then he's like, well, I don't look happy. So I said, okay, make him look really happy and riding a lawnmower with a cocktail in his hand. And it was...
And throw a dog in there.
Have that. And then we were inspired. And so we created a new logo, which I'll put up here as well. And then I thought, oh, that should be a t-shirt. So we might be following in the Europats and getting a bunch of merch with that logo on it because I was really entertained. Anyway, we're going to cut away and Eric is going to do the cocktail of the week with our special guest, Jeff from high school. Do you want to introduce your bar back?
I know, right?
Go get in there. Say hello.
Hello. Hello. I believe we've known each other since 2nd or 3rd grade. So, my friend Jeff, Allwire.
And we've known each other since I was 14, I think. We did plays together in high school.
You can't blame me for this video running long.
Okay, go.
Okay, so...
Let's make it.
The drink?
Yes, make the drink. I'm leaving all of this in.
Okay, so here is 3 rums mixed together over ice. Here is lime cordial, about 3/4 of an ounce. Homemade. I think it was in an earlier video. A fancy cola. On top of rum.
So it's kind of like a Cuba Libre.
But French. but with a social security theme. Will it still be around when I finish this drink?
Well, social security.
Oh my God, that's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, I'll take a sip.
Okay.
All right, say goodbye.
Goodbye. What do we
Say
what's
bonjour.
No, isn't there a
Au revoir.
Au
Au
revoir.
revoir. That's right.
Yes.
We've had too much cocktail already. Bye.
Bye.